just wanna play. I wanna sing my song. I just wanna run and not be gone too long. 'Cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So feed it from your soul and weigh it from both sides. The fulcrum and the tides will give direction that you'll know. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming.
Hello, Celebration Center, and welcome. My name is Stephanie Snow. I'm a board member here at the Celebration Center, and this morning I'm your host. This gathering is being recorded and will be available online. We have a wonderful service planned for you. Please join me in thanking our awesome tech crew of Ivor and usually Nico, but just Ivor's here today. Yay, Ivor! Our speaker is Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson, and he probably has more titles, but you know, we got to stop somewhere or take the whole service to say it. Yay! One of our favorites. And our guest musician today is Joey Jenkins. His music and message emphasize reflection and action. He is a drummer and a percussionist for multiple bands, which I won't name here because I don't think we would know, but I'm sure people in the know, people in music. And he's also a songwriter, and he's also a singer. And he's performed his original music at historical DC venues such as the Black Cat and the 930 Club, and he has toured much of the US and New Zealand. Please welcome Joey Jenkins with me. Yeah, welcome. Sorry, I kind of stumbled through that.
Very good.
Yay, Joey.
Yeah, thanks. Cool. I read that we're celebrating Diwali.
Yes.
Is that how you say it? What's,
I think it is Diwali.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, not too versed on that holiday.
Festival of Light.
Of light. Okay, good. Well, I think that my favorite thing that I've learned from going to different spiritual centers, whether it's church, synagogue, mosque, what have you, is that a lot of people consider God to be light. And a lot of people feel like God is love. So I'm going to start with my favorite cover, actually. It's a song by Peter Gabriel called The Book of Love. The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the whole thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. The book of love is filled with music. In fact, that's where music comes from. And some of it is transcendental, and some of it's just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me. Yeah, you can sing me anything. The book of love is a well-kept secret that you may have never heard before, 'cause it's hard to share a book full of wisdom and sentiments we all adore. Yeah, but I I love it when you're next to me and you can tell me anything. The book of love is long and it's boring and written many years ago. It's filled with flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. Oh, but I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings. Oh yeah, I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings. Yeah, you ought to give me wedding rings. Yeah, you ought to give me wedding rings. It's a pretty song about love by Peter Gray, but I'm going to play you guys some of my stuff later. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you were right on with Diwali. Diwali. I'm going to call it Diwali. Yeah. Festival of Lights. So we are going to read our vision statement, but first I want to remind you that we take prayer requests that goes to our Ministry of Prayer. You can fill out this green card here if you're here, or you can do it online through the QR code, or go onto our website, celebrationcenter.org. And now for our vision statement. To awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. So, Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, is a Hindu tradition that symbolizes the spiritual victory of light, goodness, and knowledge. And this week, we are invited to celebrate these sacred qualities. And so now I have a reading. Today I will walk in the light and my consciousness will be illuminated. There are many illustrations in the sacred texts of the world relating to the light. The spirit is thought of as being the essence of light. People are spoken of as being candles of the Lord. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth not. That is, the darkness has no power over light. Light will overcome darkness, but darkness cannot overcome light. When Isaiah said that the Lord shall be thy everlasting light, he meant that there is a light within us, the light of truth, of spirit, of God, that cannot set, cannot become obliterated, cannot be blown out. The candle of the Lord burns forever, because its wick is sunk deep in the well springs of reality. That light, that spring, that substance to which Jesus referred when he told the woman at the well that if ever she drank from it, she would never thirst again. It is no wonder that the woman asked him to give her of this water, that she might no longer be compelled laboriously to draw from the fountain that can become depleted. Now I invite you to close your eyes or let them gently gaze as you notice your breath. Notice the breath going in Notice it going out. Happens automatically. We'll take about 3 or 4 breaths. Today, I will walk in the light, and my consciousness will be illuminated. My thoughts will be guided, and my way guarded, for I know that in my light there is no darkness. In this divine light, there are no shadows. I give thanks for this awareness, and I let it be, and so it is.
Man, I love coming here. I need that. Yeah, I do that myself sometimes, but not enough. You know, just moments of meditation, reflection, breathing, focusing on light, positivity. This is a song about I guess the best way to interpret it would be me really meditating on that message, and kind of admitting to myself that, you know, I don't have all the answers, but I am enough. I don't know. It's a song originally about kind of getting overwhelmed, right, with society and wanting to become like a hermit and kind of like, I don't know, choosing to heal from that is how I think about it now. It's kind of just like a venting then. But now it's really been helpful. And I did this one with Lynn. Starting from zero, there's nothing like nothing. And I'm not a hero to anyone but me. Now I'm in my head too deep, caught up in thoughts I am willing to dread. And by now it's like bread to me, but I am still hungry. I'm not the worst. No, I'm not the words you'd use to define me. I'm a reflection of all you respect, and you came to find me. I am the secrets you wish to reject, and you try to hide me. But I am the last thing you would expect. Could be a healer, or I could be hurting. I could be lost on these 6 city streets, or I could be searching. I could be more than your prayers provide if you need a brother. Or I could be just what you see with your eyes, a criminal lover. Or I could be empty. It's not such a bad thing. Married to emptiness, hollow sweet ring out of the story, perfecting. I could find where my ends meet, like best friends connecting. Sunsets and bedsheets with none of the glory. I am the ocean, I am the sky, all the expanses you hope to explore when you're too scared to try. I am the chances that walk through the door you would pass by, and all of the dances when you were unsure. I might be a shy boy, but is it kindness or violence? 'Cause I can talk hours and into the night, but I can stay silent. I might be waiting for somebody strong to come get me, or I might be hoping each one of you all will help me forget me, so that I can be empty and nothing can have me. Closer to peace than bliss. Take nothing from me and keep nothing for me. The best thing is that nothing can trap me. No, there's nothing distressing about molding my soul into constant outpouring. I should be empty. It's not such a bad thing. Married to emptiness, I could hollow a sweet ring out of that story, perfecting. I could find where my ends meet, just like best friends connecting. Sunsets and bed sheets with none of the glory. Thank you. Thank you.
Now is the time for our community greeting. Please turn to your neighbors and tell them, a neighbor, one at a time or not, I see God in you, I see good in you.
I see God in you, and I see good in you. I see God in you, I see good in you. I hear good in you too. I see good in you.
Melinda's ad-libbing. Melinda's ad-libbing. Oh, and we all see God in our new arrivals.
Good too.
I love it how it just keeps getting more fun people here as I'm host. When I'm not host, I'm one of the ones that comes in kind of late. Just saying. Okay, I love introducing Reverend Dr. Raymont Anderson because there are so many things to say about him. It's kind of like I have to, well, last time I introduced him, I kind of had a whole book because I just had to tell you about all the amazing things that he does. But if just go look at his website, give yourself a few days because you can just get lost in it. So wonderful. But I'll tell you a little spoiler here. When you first get to his website, the first thing you see, if you ask me what I came to do in this world, I, an artist, will answer you. I am here to live out loud. Yeah, we know that about you. Right, Emile Zola. So let me just put a few things, Reverend Ray, things out there. The Japanese concept of Kaizen was a motivating force before he even learned of the idea. And Kaizen, if I'm saying it the right way, to consistently be in a state of honing, evolving, and improving oneself. Ray has a library of life stories. He's been an American Sign Language interpreter and dancer. He's worked for Center for Spiritual Living in many roles. He's a contributor, has been a contributor to Science of Mind magazine. His mission is to live, move, and be an active member of society who serves to educate, elucidate, emancipate, awaken, and empower people and communities. Active stands for authentic, compassionate, transparent, inspired, vibrant, and empowered. He is an amazing multi-dimensional artist, putting all of these things together and creating beautiful works just every time he looks at you. Please welcome with me Reverend Raymont Anderson. Yay!
Thank you so very much, Stephanie, and my beloved Celebration Center family. Breathe for a second. Let's settle in, because as you know, I'm pretty good at rocking the boat, and today, we're gonna rock the boat. Oh, but before we get there, slight public announcement. Since I am not there in person today, I would like each of you to hug one another at some point before you leave the center and know that the hug is from me. Breathe. So today we are continuing the theme of the month, which is to glow up. And today we're specifically talking about this idea of inner illumination. And here's where, okay, here we go. I'm gonna rock the boat right now. I want us to begin with this invitation of shifting both the language and the concept of inner, right? Like we say, God is within, spirit is within, the divine within, the light within, even, sorry, folks, even what you just turned to your neighbor and said, I see God in you. I see good in you. I want us to tweak the language and the concept. God being all there is. You know what? Hold on a sec. Let's do this. I want you to pause for a second and in your mind's eye, see a box. And I want it to be a box that has a lid of some sort. It could be a jewelry box, a gift box, a treasure chest, something where the box can be opened and closed. And when you have that firmly in mind, I then want to ask the question, and let's suppose we were having a conversation in coffee or tea or something. And I said, hey, Stephanie, what's in your box? I almost sound like that commercial. What's in your wallet? If I was to say, Joey, got a question for you. In your mind's eye, what's in your box? Jen, what's in your box? Melinda, I was going to say it in French, but we'll do that later. What's in your box? Right? So we're right there, right? What's in the box? Now, pause and ask yourself, in my mind's eye, what's the difference between the inside and the outside of the box? In your mind, mind being absolute, there is no difference between inside and outside. We refer to the inside and outside of God and this and that as it relates to this relative experience called life. If I'm inside the kitchen, then there has to be an outside the kitchen. If the almonds are in the refrigerator, then there has to be an outside of the refrigerator. We speak of it in terms of how things relate to one another. But if we're going to talk about God and God being all there is, then God isn't just in us. The light isn't just in us. So my invitation, and you can keep saying for linguistic convenience, but start to really sink into this. So what if I turned to my neighbor and said, I see God as you. I see good as you, or even I see you as God. I see you as good. Breathe. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is because in order for us to really step into science of mind and spirit as an applied, relevant, and applicable spiritual teaching and practice, sometimes we get lost in the lingo. We get lost in the duality and the this and the that. And, even when we vilify the darkness, sometimes, now, once again, linguistic convenience, but when we think of yin yang, we need both the light and the darkness. You've heard me say this before when referencing drawing. You have to have shading. Shading is darkness. That's how you create depth and 3 dimensions within the drawing or the painting. So it's, how do I balance light and darkness? How do I reconcile that this body is God? There is no separation from this body, that which is the divine. Both are God, and there's only a both in terms of how I am referencing it. God is all there is. So what happens when we start to shift our languaging around? And sometimes, instead of using the poetic linguistic convenience, what if we directly say what we mean? So rather than light overcomes darkness, what if we directly said love overcomes hate? Equity overcomes racism and homophobia, transphobia. Belonging overcomes separation and isolation. See, because if I just say light overcomes darkness, we have a concept of it, but how do I apply that? Versus, equity, inclusion, belonging. See, now it changes the energy. So breathe for a moment. For those of you who know me, you know that I refer to Science of Mind and Spirit as Science of Mind and Spirit 4.0. And Science of Mind and Spirit 4.0 gives us the means to put the power of our illumination to use in dynamic and life-affirming ways, ways that give others the opportunity to see and feel the truth as it shows up as us. It also then gives them the freedom to access their illumination as well. Because when we get into this space of, once again, the theme of the month, when we glow up and show up as the body of love, justice, equity, and liberation, what happens is we drive out the lies with truth. We drive out hate with understanding, violence with compassion, ignorance with wisdom. How we live becomes the gospel that we share. So rather than there being, the gospel of Mark, Luke, and John, I want to know, what is the gospel of Ivor? What is the gospel of Melinda? What is the gospel of Joey? What is the gospel of Jay? What is the gospel of? That's what I want to know. Right? Yeah, I can read the stuff written from, this was written back in the day when, yeah, that's fine. That's all well and good. That's all well and good. Right? Shakespeare, dost thou not say? That's all well and good. But I want to know today, what is the amen? Today, what is the gospel that is written? Today, what are the lights that are shining? Today, what are the songs being sung? Today, what are the poems being written and expressed today by us? Because we are the ones who are here shifting and changing. So how we live is the gospel that we are sharing. Our lives are the sacred texts that we are offering the world to read. And because God is all there is, we already have everything that we need right now to create a world that works for all. We have all of the minerals and all of the wisdom and all of the creativity and all of the intelligence and all of the resources and all of the everything. The thing that's not creating it right now is we are not making use of it. Now, normally I would be picking on Lynn, and sorry, Joey, but since you are the musician for the day, this means I'm going to pick on you. So sorry. Okay, so I hope they didn't warn you. Oh, so Joey, guitar. Now, without strumming a chord or anything and without opening Joey's mouth, is there music? Yes. The potential for songs, the potential for rhythms, they all exist. But the moment that Joey sits down and says, this is what will be played, then all of creation collapses into this one song that is broken up into this one chord, this one note, this one movement of my thumb, this one movement of my ring finger, this one note, this one breath. And yet, if I were to ask, which you've all heard me say before as well, at what point do we run out of music? Right? Like, is Joey ever going to wake up one morning and wait, oh, wait, I can talk, but I can't. Oh, you know what? We've already hit the limit. There's no more music. We've run out. No, but why? Because music is a principle, an infinite principle, just like math. No amount of 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 plus. I've run out of ones. We cannot run out of God. So we already have everything that we need to create a world that works for all. The question is, are we ready to gather and make it so? Are we ready to have those conversations? Now, as Stephanie so magnificently introduced, Diwali or Diwali, depends on how you want to say it. We have a variety of ways we can say it. The concept is the Hindu festival of lights. And we know that, in case you didn't know, it begins tomorrow. So it runs from October to November. But this season is the season of lights and what it does regarding the darkness. So whether it's Halloween, Samhain, or whether it's Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's and Kwanzaa, and it's the season of lights. And this is our reminder. It's our reminder to be in a place of awakened awareness. Because this season, Diwali, represents or symbolizes victory over Dharma or Adharma. Light over darkness, good over evil, knowledge over ignorance. Now, regarding this concept of ignorance, because one of the things we often do, once again, getting caught up in the words. According to Lama Surya Das, enlightenment is not about becoming divine. Instead, enlightenment is about becoming more fully human. It is the end of ignorance. Note, ignorance meaning what? Ignorance meaning a lack of comprehension, a lack of experience. Ignorance can also represent innocence, right? It can represent foolishness and stupidity. And if we were to think of it in terms of, someone is studying martial arts, ignorance is the moment that one receives the white belt. Now, we may not think of it as ignorance, but it is, because it represents this person is innocent. This person lacks the experience of karate or kung fu or aikido. That's why I'm in the class. I want to learn how to wax on, wax off. And then as they progress, the concept is the belt gets soiled. It becomes darker over time to represent experience. And then at one point it becomes a black belt to represent a certain level of mastery. But in the Japanese arts, the more the master wears the black belt then begins to fade and become gray and become white again. It is the full circle of. That's what enlightenment is. That's why enlightenment is not something we need to be searching for, or enlightenment exists right now. Even within the Buddhist scriptures and sutras and whatnot, many of them reference the fact that when Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, was awakened and became the Buddha, the awakened one, or the awakening one, because awakening is ever and ever and ever. It's not just a one-time deal. That at that moment, all awakened as well. We just don't know it. And if we don't know it, how do we make use of it? Just like back in 1829, they could have had solar panels if they knew. They could have had smartphones if they... Orville and Wilbur could have already had a plane 100 years before Orville and Wilbur if they had, right? There's a certain level of awareness, and the resources were already there. So rather than trying to become something we're not, because we think I have to become enlightened, I must become the light, no, you're already it. You're already it. Light in your mind shows up as truth. Light in your heart shows up as knowledge. Light in your soul shows up as wisdom. Light in your life shows up as God, according to Machona Dichwalo. And we could even tweak that. Light as your mind is truth. Light as your heart is knowledge. Light as your soul is wisdom. Light as your life is God. Breathe. And I got to nerd out a moment, so I got to go to Star Wars for a second. Anyone who knows Star Wars, you know that there's the Jedi. They represent the what side of the Force? The light side of the Force. And then you have the Sith that represent you say what now? The dark side of the Force. But did you know that there is another in the middle? There's a gray Jedi that balances the light and the darkness. Did you know that? It's the balancing. So rather than either or, the gray Jedi do both and. And the code of the gray Jedi says, there is no dark side nor a light side. There is only the Force. I will do what I must to keep the balance. There is no good without evil, but evil must not be allowed to flourish. There is passion, yet peace. There is serenity, yet emotion. There is chaos, yet order. It's about balance. How do we balance this awareness? How do we balance this understanding? How do we balance this embodiment? Dr. Holmes makes it very clear that the spirit, and I'm going to use his language, that the spirit is the inner light that dwells within us all. Our inner illumination comes from the source of the divine itself. We can all talk to, once again, I'm using his language. We can all talk to God and access the light within. Our individual glow up is inspired, designed, and guided by the truth that resides in us all. There is no glow up without the original glow of the presence of the divine. So you got that. Reverend Ray Remix. What if you made it clear to yourself that the inner light that dwells within all of us that Dr. Holmes speaks of is your realization that spirit is you and you are it. It is that realization that brings illumination, enlightening us all. Knowing that we are the totality which comes both from the source and is the divine itself. And so rather than asking, can we talk to God? Ask this instead. When are we aware that talking to other people is talking to God? When Stephanie introduces Joey, it's God introducing God. When everyone turned to one another, it's God turning to God as neighbor and saying, I see what I am as you. I see good that I am, the good that you are. As Emma Curtis Hopkins said, my good is my God. My God is my good. They are one and the same. So ask this, am I aware of the fact that every time I communicate, it is God? All that we are is the very presence itself. So once again, from Matashona Diwali, see the light, find the light, embrace the light, be the light. See it, find it, embrace it, be it. Most importantly, be it. Be it. If I were to ask, what does it look like for Jen to be Jen? And could Jen, what would Jen have to do to be Joey? You can't. Jen can only be Jen. Joey can only be Joey. Ivor can only be Ivor. Ray can only be Ray. It's what we are. And there's no place within us where we find, let me look inside. Ray, open your mouth and say, ah, there you is. I see you right there. You right beside your left lung, slightly beside. I see you. That's where no. Ray is all of this. And even if there was a different name, it would still be all of this. So be the light. Be that which God already is. You know, we use the concept of light, which symbolizes all kinds of things. Light symbolizing truth, light symbolizing wisdom, enlightenment, life, divinity, hope, goodness, all kinds of things. And it's across all kinds of religions, right? Isn't that what Joey opened with at the beginning before the book of love? No matter where, the church, the synagogue, the mosque, the wherever, this concept of is beyond barriers, beyond walls, beyond labels. So what does it mean for me to be truth, to be wisdom, to be enlightenment? Rather than what must I do to do enlightenment? How do I do life? Well, first you get a book and you read all 7 chapters. And then, this is also why Yeshua, Jesus, he didn't say do perfect, just as your Father in heaven is perfect. He said, be it. You can't be something that you're not already. Be the musician that you are. Be the poet that you are. Be the creator that you are. Be that which you are as a divine expression. Be it. There's nothing. See, when we are being, the doing happens naturally. If I am going to be a master of martial arts, then it shows up in my actions. Just like there's an old samurai maxim that says, the person who has attained mastery of any single art will reveal that mastery in everything. This is why samurai they had to learn at least 3 different art forms before learning the sword. So ikebana, flower arranging, haiku, poetry, tea ceremony. Why? Because as you master flower arranging, it affects your mastery of the sword. As you learn haiku, it affects your mastery of the sword. As we learn what it means to be engaged in this teaching and we be. Remember, Dr. Holmes said, I am not religious science. You are. Our ministers, our practitioners, our laity. I am simply someone who put this thing together, but you are it. How are we being what that is? How are we showing up as that which it is? Dr. Holmes said, there is a power and presence in the universe which responds to us so completely, so perfectly, that we shall be amazed when we realize how completely and how perfectly. But it can only operate for us by operating through us, as us. So therein lies our invitation. Are we willing to be open at the top and open at the bottom, to be the very divine presence, knowing that light is simply what we are, from the top of our head to the soles of our feet, from the surface of our skin, through every muscle fiber, every tendon, through the bone, down to the atoms, molecules, quantum particles, and waves. We are light made flesh, which means we are love made flesh. We are God in human form. Be it and shine. And so it is.
That was beautiful. That was really inspiring. Kind of changed my plan. I'm going to play another cover, which is actually one of my favorite songs about art and just being, and the moon. If all our life is, how do I not remember this one? If all our life, I was just thinking about this to myself. But a dream. That's kind of what he was talking about. Yeah, there we go. You know, recognizing the illusion of separation, that kind of stuff. I know the words to this song. If all our life is but a dream, fantastic pose and greed, then we should feed our jewelry to the sea. For diamonds do appear to be just like broken glass to me. And then she said she can't believe that genius only comes along in storms of fabled foreign tongues, tripping eyes and flooded lungs. Northern downpour sends its love. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. Sugar cane in the easy morning weather veins, my one and lonely. The ink is running toward the page, it's chasing off the days. Look back at both feet and that winding knee. Oh, I missed your skin when you were east, and you clicked your heels and wished for me. Those playful lips made of yarn, that fragile Capricorn, unraveled words like moths upon old scars. And I know the world's a broken bone, but melt your headaches and call it home. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. Sugar cane in the easy morning weather veins, my one and lonely. Sugar cane in the easy morning weather veins, my one and lonely. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. You are at the top of my lungs, drawn to the ones who never yawn. Hey moon, please forget to fall down. Hey moon, don't you go down. You are at the top of my lungs, drawn to the ones who never yawn. I really love that song. It's like almost esoteric, but I think it's just about art and acceptance.
Thank you, Joey. And for being in the moment. I love it. You thought you were forgetting, but you were just emptying out. And then you filled up again. Okay, and thank you, Reverend Raymont. Wow. All good, all good. Okay, I have to figure out where I am here. Oh, here I am. Now is the time when we welcome new guests. Is anyone here for the first or second time? We'd love to get to know you. If you are comfortable, please stand up and tell us your name and how you got here. And if you're online, please tell us in the chat.
Good morning. My name is Sarah. I found the center online last night, and I'm so very happy to be here.
Yay. Would you like to stand up?
I've been here before, and it's been a long time.
Why don't you stand up?
My name's Jewel. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I haven't
Jewel.
seen you in about 2 years. It's nice to be back.
Wow. A newbie and somebody who's coming back after 2 years. You know, I'm just going to butt in here. I'm just going to butt into my host script because I was looking at a quote and I picked another quote to use, but this is a quote by Albert Camus, or at least I found it on the web, so I hope this is correctly attributed. In the midst of hate, I found there was within me an invincible love. In the midst of tears, I found there was within me an invincible smile. In the midst of chaos, I found there was within me an invincible calm. I realized through it all that in the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And that makes me happy. For it says that no matter how hard the world pushes against me, within me, there's something stronger, something better, pushing right back. And Reverend Ray, I just thought this went right along with what you were saying. Okay, this is the time in our service for our gifts and offerings. We're a tithing community, and we rely on tithes and gifts from our congregation. Please know that your presence, the love, time, talent, and treasure you bring is a gift to our community, and we are grateful. There are several ways you can give financially. If you're in person, feel free to drop your donation in the basket. If you're online, you can scan the QR code, and you can also visit our website and click on the Give button, or you can mail it in. We accept it anyway. And also, I forgot to tell first or second time, whatever guests, that if you want, you can fill out this card and give us your email address, and we will contact you with an amazing newsletter that I put out. It hasn't won any awards yet, but. Okay, now. Oh, yes. Sorry, we got to read the giving affirmation. I'm getting all mixed up today after Reverend Ray does that to me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I bless these gifts with a prayer. Divine light as an expression of the one permeates the universe. I am an expression of this divine light. I know that all of you are an expression of this divine light, as is our center. These gifts that our center receives make our light stronger and brighter to reach all in need of illumination on all levels. We are grateful for this opportunity to be an agent or an angel of this light. We release this prayer into the universe, knowing that it is fulfilled. And so it is. And now, announcements. Okay, our party is this Saturday. There's still time to sign up, RSVP. This Saturday here, October 25th from 2 to 5. See, it's easy to remember 2, 5, 25, and then 2 to 5 in the afternoon. Just, I don't know, somebody figured that one out. And so that's why we're not having the conversation about God after our gathering today, because we're all getting ready for the party. Terry is in charge of entertainment, and I see she's got some costumes at the back here, even like some blow-up thing. I don't know what it is. Come and find out. You can RSVP on our website, or those of you who already have your name in, you're finding places to we're sending you a little newsletter that you can press. And even if you don't, we still will probably let you come in if you show up at our door. I don't think we're going to turn anyone away. Just saying. So let me see. Any other announcements? And then, the board meeting. Thank you. I didn't write this down in here. I thought I knew it, but then I get up here and I forget. The board meeting is next Sunday. All are welcome. And the Sunday after that is our healing circle after the gathering. I think that's it. Is that it? And now our final treat from this wonderful musician.
I am going to rock the boat. As Reverend Dr. Ray put it, I wrote this song almost 10 years ago, and it is so unfortunately relevant. Anybody go out yesterday? Rock and roll. I love that. I'm glad. I was playing a bunch of music, and so I had a good time, but I almost wanted to cancel one or two so that I could go lend my voice to the protests. I'm really happy that I'm just on every outlet I hear it was nonviolent. There were no incidents, and it was like the biggest ever, and it was everywhere. It makes me really happy. So this was my response to that stuff kind of ramping up and really starting to get into my mind and my heart in 2016. Hope you guys like it. I've got a government in my head. It's not what it looks like on the outside. And I didn't just come here to break some bread. I've heard a disturbance, and this is what it sounds like. The rich get richer, the fat get fatter, while we all disagree about which lives matter. The dumb get dumber and the bad get worse, while we praise Mother Earth on paper pages that curse her. The broken is stepped on, the poor get poorer. A mother lost a young son to those who ignore her. But I'm just one of the few like you, so I won't say anything. The calm words of the worthwhile heard by the servile serve to deter from our purpose. Every third word is ductile, charged by our fears and delivered via circuits. Cause free radicals and Gentiles make a state of caffeinated Catholics nervous. But if my people had the nerve to unearth what they know they're hearing underneath the surface, it would go. The last one was too close. This time give them 2 votes. The first one has a yes, and the second one has 2 no's. And keep those stocks up. We don't want to lose those. Cancel someone's welfare. Money's coming too slow. New apps, new shoes, new shows. Mention war on drugs. Hit them with some new dope. And I hope you're taking good notes. Cause here's the silencer for the gun with the red, white, and the blue smoke. Lock up all the black men so they can't vote. It's time to set this country back on cruise control. If you're winning the game, don't say anything. If you got a 401k, don't say anything. So much is a shame, yeah. Oh, but don't say anything, cause it's a beautiful day. Got a problem with the people, a problem with evil. I'm calling on the peaceful to cease. If you need a reason to believe that it's the season, you can hear it in the fall of every leaf. And the seeds as they grow, they don't know what we know, and far too many learn it after their release. The family trees catch diseases, and the roots beneath the tree says there's far too many branches with police. The militarization of our nation's foundation, the wheels and the cogs and the grease go beyond where they're needed. They feed us, we eat it, we read it, we watch it, we live it, we bleed. Is you got something to say? Well, don't say anything. You can hope, you can pray. Don't say anything. You can wish that tomorrow is nothing like today. And you can miss me when it's my turn. But don't say anything to the families with ones that have been shot down. Don't say anything. And to the friends of the families with ones shot down. Don't say anything to the friends of the friends with families with ones that were shot down. Don't say anything unless they come knocking on your door in your town. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a music video that my band made in 2020 when the riots were going on, and I found out in April that it was removed.
Ooh.
It's a really good video. It's all lots of like historical like protest footage and stuff, and a couple of glam shots of us rocking out.
Oh.
But we got the original copy, so I'm gonna put that back online.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Joey. And thank you, Reverend Ray, for rocking the boat. Now everybody else has to rock the boat. What do you know? What do you know? Again, thank you. Thank you to everyone here, because we're all creating this service. Just some people look like they're doing more work, right? So I invite you to stand up for our closing affirmation and repeat after me. I see the light. I embrace the light. I be the light. And so it is.